It's a good thing we've decided on a set topic for Fridays, because after this week of Vita and provided topics, I don't know how to come up with my own. Before I really get into starting to talk about the books that I like and the books that I'm reading, I need to let you know, a lot of those are going to be young adult fiction. I love young adult fiction. If it was a large enough section in my store, I would want to be the head of young adult fiction because it's amazing. I didn't know what young adult fiction was until recently, like the last 5 years or so. I had been reading it forever. I did a little bit of research on this, and my theory was that young adult has come about in the last, 2 or 3 decades, and it's only recently grown, and people don't really know what it is, which is why most of the things that I was assigned to read in high school actually fit into young adult, but we never considered them that. Turns out, the term has been around for a couple hundred years. The Outsiders was published in 1967, and it's probably like the young adult book. If you are a teenage boy, you should read it. I haven't read it yet. It's on my list. There's just so many. I work in a bookstore, people. Catcher in the Rye. Considered to be probably the first true young adult fiction. Where is it in my store? Regular fiction. Same with Lord of the Flies. They were published around the same time. Relatively. Why is it that we can like these and consider them classics and read them and assign them to our teenagers and think that they're amazing when they are young adult literature? And yet we have this stigma against young adult. I work in a store that has a paranormal teen romance section. You want to guess which book started that trend? To be fair, they're not the only ones. At all. They weren't even the first ones. But they're the ones who started all the hype. They're just not very well written. And the story's not even that good. They're so much better, even in just that section. I hear a lot of people at work say things like, "Oh, yeah, I used to read young adult. Then I graduated high school." There are so many adults who come into the store and refuse to do something like read Hunger Games because it's considered young adult. Seriously? I'm almost 28 and I still enjoy young adult. Because it's good. Hunger Games is a fantastic story. And there's a political statement in it, and there's an emotional statement in it, and there's so much to it that just because it's about a 16-year-old girl in the first book, and I don't even know what else qualifies it to be young adult other than that. Why let that stop you? Tabitha, I know that you agree with me on these things because I've kind of talked to you about it, and I know that you're totally down with the young adult. But in case anybody else is actually watching this and comes across this, I needed to get that out. Because honestly, other than The Help, I will probably be reading only children's and young adult books for a while. So go check out some young adult. Even some children's if you want. Tell me what else you like and I'll have suggestions if you don't know where to start.